बिहारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वज्ञविनाशनमि नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गौर प्रेमानंद।
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna to all once again. Today we'll learn about chapter 10, which is Opulence of the Absolute. So here we'll learn more about Krishna and understand whom we call as Bhagwan. So there are qualities that define Bhagwan. So Prabhuji will explain more in a simple way. Hare Krishna. We can start.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Once again, welcome to all. And today's chapter is 10th chapter, the opulence of the absolute. So after getting all the transcendental knowledge, everything, now Krishna, this is called as Vibhuti Yoga, is showing his opulence. So how to recognize, how to see the Lord. This is also little not so easy to understand. It's a little bit complicated. So we need transcendental or the blessings of Guru and Krishna. Without that, definitely it's impossible to understand such kind of transcendental or divine things. Okay. Let us first, from our bottom of our heart, let us offer prayers to Guru and Krishna. Seek their blessings, their mercy, so that we'll be qualified to understand this transcendental knowledge. Okay. So let us all now hold our hands and chant the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminite Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitika Babadaya Gauragata Damadaya Nagragrama Karani Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girimat Kripata Maham Vandeshi Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandam Madhavam Chaitanya. So let us show gratitude and thanks to His divine grace of Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So in yesterday's chapter, 9th chapter, what we saw, the acronomy king, under the acronomy king, we saw first point, knowledge. So what is the qualifications for knowledge? We saw the Anusuyava and Shraddha, the faith and non-envious, the most important quality to understand this. If you are envious, definitely it's, I said about the Lord, it's very subtle, but we are so envious of all the living entities. We want to just spoil the whole creation. You can see the forest nowadays, what happened to the forest, for the nature, for the trees, for this. We want to spoil everything. So we are so much envious of all the things. We want to spoil everything, and we alone have to be. It never happened. But it is the nature of a demon. Okay. And then in I, we saw inconceivable relationship, the relationship with the living entity and the Supreme Lord. And then non-worshippers. You can see the non-worshippers, they have different kinds of worships. Fools, first point, the fools they reject. And they are Mahatmas who accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there are different kinds of worshippers also, Ekatvena, Bhautvena, like they think all the gods are one. All the devatas are same, everyone, because they're whimsically they're thinking without any reference, without any knowledge. That is their state. And in many others, they think nature itself is God. And some think, I myself is gone. In this way it's going on. Then finally the glories of bhakti. Actually, bhakti is very simple. Take the instructions of spiritual master and execute. That is it. He says chant, and he says offer. And yesterday, 9th chapter, I requested everyone to offer one meal to the Lord. I don't know how far you are capable of doing it. One meal for the Lord. When you think, oh, Lord will eat, what will I do? That is everyone's situation, I think. So one meal every day. At least start up with one meal. Then, see, actually, devotees, we don't even drink anything outside or eat anything other than which is offered to the Lord. So in that way, we should be as much as possible. Because we are all beginners now, at least one meal for a day we have to offer to them. You can practice in this way. Okay. Now, let us see in today's session what Lord is saying. Once again, Krishna is saying here. So about hearing is saying the essence of Gita, the 4 Chatushloki you will be able to see today, and the acceptance. How Arjuna accepted and how should we accept, how should we walk in the footsteps of the devotee. Then reveals how Krishna reveals when we become the devotee. First to understand, this is called Vibhuti Yoga. Krishna says in this chapter, I think you should have read the PDF for the Bhagavad Gita, or you are heard, at least be able to understand something out of it. Otherwise, it will be something very much new. It will be difficult to understand. Okay. One day previous, you have to, little bit of practice you have to. So that come for the complete understanding. It's not complete then, at least to some extent. So to understand this, Krishna says, in animals, I am lion. In birds, I am Garuda, eagle. And in Rishis, I am Bhrigu. And Munis, I am Narada. Among demons, I am Prahlad. In this way, but how to understand this? How can we understand? So a small story. See, these are all the pastimes. You shouldn't think all this is all when something comes in the pastime of Lakshmi and Narayana and some devotees. Oh, they are also like this. For example, in this Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking this question. So he's a fool. He don't know anything. He's asking. No, great personalities. Krishna has made him to be in such situations so that to give this Bhagavad Gita to us. Very simple. So in this way, once what happened, Lakshmi Devi, little bit of ego now it has come to her, that I am Lakshmi Devi, I am goddess of fortune, so everyone are worshipping me, I am superior than the Lord now. So in this way, and she says to the Lord, my dear Lord, you know that you can see this creation, everyone are fond of me, everyone are behind me, they don't even need you now, they neglect you, but me, everyone. That's true, no? They're all running behind Lakshmi Devi. So she says, Lord, with a smiling face, he says, oh, is it? Yes, Lakshmi Devi. Good. Everyone are behind you. What is this? Lord is not, somewhat is not accepting this, is not believing this. You should show something out of it. What she'll say, my dear Lord, I'll show you one thing. Please come with me. Okay. They'll come to this earthly planet. So in one village, a bigger town or village somewhere, one person has passed away. A great person has passed away. And everyone are just, it's very much sorrow. The whole village has gathered. A lot of members of the people have been gathered near the house. Everyone are crying in a very sorrow. And the son, the elder son, he is also with full sorrow. He has shaven his head. And now he is carrying the fire pot in front of the chitta, in front of the dead body begun. In that way, is ready to carry, and everyone are carrying that dead body, and they are walking now to the graveyard. Little bit in far distance, what Lakshmi Devi is doing, she just she made the gold coins to come as a rain in some place there. So the gold coins are just coming as rain. So seeing this, everyone are running to take that gold coins. And actually, everyone in such a great sorrow, now seeing this gold coins, everyone are running. And that person, the son, he is also, what he's saying, he left the pot there and he is also running. So how much ever he gathers, that much they are able to get it now. No? The people who are carrying, they were crying and carrying the dead body. They also left the dead body there and they are running everyone. See? Now Lakshmi Devi, he's so, how they are running? They were in such a sorrow, such a kind of condition, but still they gave up everything. They're running behind me now. You see this? Lord says, yes, Lakshmi Devi. Now I understand that you are superior to me. But one thing I have a doubt, my dear Lakshmi, why that dead body is not going? Dead body, there is no life, Swami. There is no life, my dear Lord. Then who makes the life to be in the body? Then by this time, Lakshmi Devi has understood. Yes, my dear Lord, it is you. The source of everything is you. Without you, there is no life. And when there is no life, what is the requirement of goddess fortune or like whomever it is the use? This is knowledge. This is the thing we have to understand. The source of everything is Krishna. If we are able to understand this, then definitely you have understood all the scriptures. That is the fee. So, see, in verbally we might be able to understand, but realization takes a long time. Then finally, Lakshmi Devi agrees, yes, Lord, it's you only. You are the source of everything. Without you. So, in that way. So, this chapter is a little bit subtle thing, but we'll be able to understand, not it. And here, H-E-A-R, here, hearing, essence of Gita, acceptance and reverence. So here first Krishna is saying, Krishna wants Arjuna to hear. What is the process to develop firm faith in Krishna? What is the process? Hearing more and more. Krishna's mercy is essential, definitely. Then how to get free from sins? Then different qualities, be it good or bad, are all created by Krishna. This topic is a little bit difficult to understand or a little bit disturbing us. Why? How come good and bad, everything Krishna only? Yes. Who can be a greater thief than Krishna? Who can be a greater cheater than Krishna? You take any qualities, never ever you can surpass the Lord. Never ever. Even in good things, even in bad things, you can never surpass the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is always supreme. That we should understand. So you cannot say sometimes one person gave obeisances to Srila Prabhupada and said, my dear Srila Prabhupada, my dear spiritual master, I am the most fallen soul in this material world, he said. Prabhupada said, no, you can't be the most fallen. In any way, you can't be more than it. So in every place, Krishna will be the supreme. In any place, you can see fallen, you say great, whatever. The smallest of the small, the biggest of the big. You cannot claim anywhere supreme other than the supreme. That is the position of Krishna. That part you should be able to understand. Okay. Krishna is saying, Yetam vibhutam yogam cha mama yo veti tattvataha so vikalpena yogena yujyate natra samshayaha. One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind. Very clear. Who's convinced? We are hearing from so many days. I don't know how far we are convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality. If he is convinced, then engages in unalloyed devotional service of this, there is no doubt. It's very clear. Once we understand that Krishna is the Supreme, why will we not surrender unto him? Isn't it? Because of our ignorance, we lack of ignorance and our laziness and lethargy, many things, and our swabhava or our modes of nature, everything stops us to surrender. But actually, once we come across this, as I said in the story itself, once we understand the source of everything is Krishna, it's clear. All the scriptures, everything becomes very clear. And what is the purpose of life is very clear. And what is my duty? What should I do now? What is my prime duty? It's very clear. That's what Krishna is saying. If that is the thing, there's no doubt that he will become my devotee. He will surrender into me. That will be engaged in the unalloyed devotional service. Okay, attributes of faith. How to develop the faith. Faith in Krishna's existence. Very first one. The beautiful design of the universe itself is enough to establish our faith in the existence of God. You can see the planets, how it's working. Just floating. So heavy. And a small thing cannot float here, isn't it? Oh, then we'll say, oh, gravity pull that does many things. Scientific way we'll say. But the universe is, the whole planet is, Earth planet is without any pull. How is that possible? Is it some foolish shouldn't become foolish? Yeah. Simple foolish can be, not a foolish person. Like, in that way, should be able to easily can understand. Once what happened, I think this is Newton or Einstein, something, he was a devotee. So another friend of his, he said, oh, see this creation, everything. He said, oh, it's all Lord's mercy, Lord has. What Lord? No, this is nature, this is cosmic, this is that, this. Oh, Baba, everything is working under the instructions of the Lord. He said, no. What kind of a scientist are you? I say you think God. It's all superstitious. Okay. Then for the next day, he'll invite him for the lunch. Next day, he'll come to Einstein's house. I don't know the name of that person. Einstein or Newton, someone. So he'll come to the house. He just opens the door and he enters the hall, the big living hall. He says the artificial cosmic has been created there. The sun, the moon, the planets are all rotating. Everything's happening there. Wonderfully has created. Wow, this scientist is amazed to see this. He calls his friend. My dear friend, what kind of this thing you have done arrangements? He said, oh, beautiful it is. How did it come? Hey, you not do this? He said, no, I don't know. Till yesterday, nothing was there. Now you open the door, now everything has been exist. Array, don't make me a fool. Don't make any jokes. How can they be without this? No, I did not do anything. And this person is not believing it. He say, please don't make me fool. Without you doing, how can that be in your house? And finally, the scientist says, what kind of a fool are you? See, when I'm saying nothing I did, it automatically came everything. You're not believing it. But you see the beautiful creation and you think that automatically it has been come. The Big Bang theory. It banged and something came out of it. How come? For example, I have a table here. I'll take 2 tables and I'll bang each other. So I'll get small tables on 4 tables I'll get. Is it not a foolish thing? Just we need some common sense. No need to have any Vedic knowledge or scriptural knowledge. Some common sense is sufficient. Something is banging and how can it be beautiful? Yes, some stone and stone bang, something happens. Okay, we can understand. But such beautiful planets, how can it float and how can there be living entities on it? The water, the land, everything is there. And such beautifully how it can be in the oval shape and it can rotate this. How this all can things happen? Just by Big Bang theory will this happen? Just we should have little bit sense to understand whatever the scientists claim. We should be a little bit clever enough. Okay, faith in Krishna's revelation. It is cause. He is the cause of all causes. He is the cause of Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Karana. Govinda Sarva Karana. Karanam is the cause of all causes. Then faith in Krishna's benevolence. To the extent we try to understand him, to the extent he extends his mercy upon us. We saw that. A shopkeeper, you go 10 rupees, he will give 10 rupees. 100 rupees product he will give. Very simple. How much you surrender to the Lord, how much faith you have on Krishna, actually accordingly he'll respond to you. The reciprocation will be the same. You cannot expect more or less than what you are surrendering unto the Supreme. That's why you can see the devotees, they have more faith. So Krishna reveals more to them. And we don't have faith, so he'll never reveal to us. You think there is no God, definitely nothing he will respond to you. No reciprocation he will give you. He will never disturb you. That's what Krishna is. And finally, faith. Krishna's intelligence. This part is important. This, at least you should understand, Krishna is intelligent than me. Do you all agree? No, Krishna is intelligent than. If some creation has happened, something you shouldn't find, oh, this is Lord's mistake. He has done this way. He has created me, has given me problems. This is all is happening. That is the Krishna's foolishness. Never ever you should think that he is intelligent. Then Krishna's plan and his decisions are always wiser than ours. A small story I'll say about this. So once what happened, there was a king. He was very fond of hunting. So every day he used to go for hunting. So one day he took his minister. Every day he takes his minister. So they were going for the hunting. On that day, what happened? There was a black cobra on the way in the forest. And seeing this horse, it jumped and it threw the king down and it ran away. Meanwhile, what happened? The cobra just bited the finger of this king. And now the king, see in that urgency, what happens if he lives without doing anything? The poison, the snake's poison spreads all over the body. So just he takes his knife and he just cuts off his finger. And he's just struggling with pain. Meanwhile, the mantri, the minister has come. He just takes the cloth and ties. And he says to the Lord, King, my dear king, everything is for good. Just imagine you're struggling with pain and your friend is comes. Everything is for good. You are suffering, it's good. How you feel? This king became very angry. What is this? Everything is good. I have cut my finger and you are saying this is good. He was very angry. He said, he called the soldiers. He said, go arrest this minister and put him in the prison. Everything is good. Let him be in the prison. That is also good. Put him in the prison. Okay, they had put the minister in the prison and this king came back and the doctors did some treatment, everything fine. So he's very fond of the hunting. So for the next day, what he did, he went once again for the hunting. He climbed the horse and he went to the inside the forest. On that day, what happened? This you should see this. I can say the tribals in the forest. Actually, they do Narabali. Narabali means in front of Kalika Devi, they give Narabali. A human has been cut, sacrificed to Kalika Devi. And they were searching for it. They got a hold of this king. And the king is shouting, hey, whom do you are thinking? I am the king of this place. But they cannot understand the language. They're carrying him. Whatever is screaming, whatever is happening, they're carrying him. Finally, they'll make him to get bath in some purified some water, something like that. They'll get bath. They'll change the dress. Everything is done. They take his head. They keep on the sacrificial, the pita, what you say, the stage, and they take a big knife to cut his head now. And meanwhile, the head of the tribals, he says, stop. See his left hand. There is no thumb. That means his body is not complete. So he is not qualified to sacrifice our goddess. Leave him. As soon as he left, see, being a king, being so powerful, being everything, nothing protected. What protected him? The finger which has cut, the thumb which has cut. Now that has been saved him. From there he escaped. He saved his life. He ran to the kingdom and he thought, what minister said was right. He said, everything good, everything for good. I have lost my finger, so I have got my head. If I had my finger, I might have been lost my head. So whatever has happened in life is good. Now he calls the minister, please release him. And the minister comes and he said, everything is good. I told him, yes, minister, what you said is right. But one thing I'm not able to understand here. You're so good. You're so wise. You give such a good guidance to me, but still I arrested you and you were in prison for a day. And the minister says, everything is for good, my dear minister. How can this be good? How you are in prison for a day and now that is good. And the minister says, see, my dear, every day you used to take me for the hunting. If I had been with you for today's hunting, what would happen? You don't have your finger. So they left you, but I have everything in my body. They might have taken it, my head might have been chopped off, isn't it? So everything is good. Understood? So whatever Krishna does in our life, everything is good. Because of our ignorance, we may not be able to understand that. Oh, see, Krishna has been imprisoned me. Krishna has made me the snake to bite me. I have lost my finger. I have lost my leg. Many things. We have many such kind of complaints on the Lord, isn't it? But Krishna is always perfect. Because of our ignorance, we think in that way. Okay, now lessons to learn. The more one hears, the more one becomes fixed in devotion service. That's why we say every day Bhagavad Gita reading and hearing is. If you do every day, definitely you become more and more fixed in the devotional service, or you'll be able to understand the reality. Then to understand Krishna and his teachings in Bhagavad Gita, we need Krishna's blessings. That is sure. Without his mercy, what can we do? That's why we do prayers. The very beginning, we offer the prayers to the spiritual master and Krishna, then we proceed. Then it's a great fortune of the living entity to come in contact with Bhagavad Gita and associate with devotees, definitely. Just imagine what was our life before this 10 days and what is our life today. How far have we come in our life? So many days we think this is what our life. We do not know what is the purpose of life. First point, we do not know what is life. It's just in 10 days. I said in the very beginning, 18 days, I'll change your life. Not me, it's Bhagavad Gita. In just 10 days, we are realizing what am I? What is the purpose of life and what should I do? Clear? Definitely we are fortunate. That's what scripture says. Brahmanda Pramite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhaktil Tabija. Only fortunate soul can come across this Bhagavad Gita or the transcendental knowledge or the pure devotee. Then the Bhakti Bija, the seed of Bhakti devotional service, starts developing in the sprouts. The seed starts sprouting and it grows. But we have to daily be watering it. That's chanting and offering prasad. We don't do that, it gets dried up. Yeah, and essence of Bhagavad Gita. This is 4 Shloka. What is the result of knowing Krishna's opulence? What is pure devotion? And to whom Krishna gives intelligence to attain him? How to come out of ignorance? This 4 shlokas Krishna will be answering. The most important. So Shloka, we say the essence of all Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly knows this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. He is the source of everything. We saw in today's story also. He is the source. Without him, nothing exists. And tomorrow we'll be knowing about his Vishwarupa, universal form. Whatever is there. For example, just pick one, this thing here from my head. You'll feel the pain. Or just prick one needle or anything. Or somewhere near my foot. You'll feel the pain. Why? This is my whole body. No? The same way, the whole universe is the body of the Lord. Anything happens, even a blade of grass is moving. Without Krishna's order or without Krishna's consciousness, it will never happen. We're able to understand? The same way, everything, not only the material, the spiritual worlds and the material world, innumerable material worlds and innumerable spiritual world, everything is rested on the Supreme Lord. We saw in the 7th chapter also, Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Sarvamidam proktam sutre maniganaiva. How the pearls are strung on the thread, the same way the whole spiritual and material world is rested on the Supreme Lord. But many times, the very beginning I was saying the story of Bhrigu Muni also. Many great rishis, they don't know about the Lord. Forget about rishis and Mahatmas. Even the first created living entity, that is Brahma, even he don't know about Krishna. Just imagine, but we are so fortunate. You know the Leela of Brahma? Once what happened in Dwaraka when Krishna was there, so Brahma wants to meet Krishna. He'll come to meet him to Dwaraka. So the gatekeepers, they stop from entering. Then Brahma says, so you say to Krishna that Brahma has come. So this gatekeepers will go, they'll come out there. Krishna is asking which Brahma. This Brahma gets disturbed. What is this, which Brahma? There's only one Brahma in this universe, you know. He says, you go and say Chaturmukha Brahma. Okay. Then the gatekeeper, he goes inside, he asks Krishna and he'll come. Yes, you have permission to go and you can get it. See this ego part. He says, I am the only Brahma. That is what the position of Brahma is there. Then he enters and he sees there are millions of Brahma gathered there in front of Krishna. Everyone are standing on their knees and just folded hands. They're taking the instructions of Krishna. And one Brahma is with 8 heads. And the other Brahma with 20 heads, 32 heads, 108 heads, 1008 heads. Different kinds of Brahma. And there's Brahma with Chaturmukha, I said, no? Four-headed Brahma. All the four-headed is rotating now, saying this. How come? So many days I thought I am the only Brahma, I'm so great. And there's so many Brahmas here. And finally, after the instructions, after taking all the orders from Krishna, everyone will sit on their swan and everyone started flying to their universes. Then with folded hands, this Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, he goes and falls onto the lotus feet of Krishna and says, my dear Lord, what is this? Then Krishna explains, my dear Brahma, all the Brahmas from different planets, that is different universes, they have come. And you know, the smallest universe of all the universes, it is your universe, because you are only 4 heads. Their universes are more complicated and it is more bigger. So they have 8 heads, 100 heads, 1000 heads in this way. Then Brahma understands, yes, my dear Lord, now I have understood how insignificant I am. Now just imagine the first creator who have created the whole universe, secondary creator, Brahma. He says, I'm very insignificant in front of Supreme Lord. Then where do we stand? Then we think, hey, I'm very superior. I am the head of this house, head of this, head of that. So we think, and Krishna is equal to us, something like that. No? How insignificant then we might. That is all our ignorance. That is called avidya. Because of avidya, because of lack of this scriptural knowledge, we think always I am superior. We are very, very insignificant. Okay, that is our real position. When you come to a real position, then Krishna becomes very close to us. Then the essence of Bhagavad Gita, here you can see in this, Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhentasya Parasparam Katayantasya Mam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. Here Krishna says, Iti Matva Bhajante Ma Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. A person who knows this, he'll become my devotee. Unalloyed devotee, there's no doubt. What devotee will do? Machitta Madgata Prana. What is their life? Prana. Machitta Madgata. Always hearing about the Supreme Lord. Bodhentasya Parasparam. When two devotees gather, what they do? They start discussing about the Lord. Bodhentasya Parasparam. Katayantasya Maam Nityam. Katayantasya. The stories, the leelas, the pastimes, the qualities of the Lord. They keep on discussing Nitya, eternal, Shashvata. Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. Why they are doing that? They feel happiness. They are bliss sort of. See, they experience the bliss. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam, 18,000 verses and 12 cantos of books. When we read that, Maitreya and Uddhava, or the Maitreya and Vidura, then Uddhava and many things, many conversations with the Sutta Goswami and Shaunaka Rishis, Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. It's all question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. Don't think, oh, they don't know anything, they're asking questions. No, they know everything, they're asking questions to understand better what is the realization of the other person, how great soul is, how great devotee is he, how he is understanding this topic. Everyone knows the story. But how, what I can say, how internally has gone, how much more he is experiencing this. That's why there's so many question and answers, and they're all authorized, authentic answers. You ask a question, see there, Parikshit Maharaj, some Shaunaka Rishis are asking question to Sutta Goswami. He says, yes, the same question was asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Shukadeva Goswami. Then he says, Shukadeva Goswami said in this way that the same question was asked by Bharadwaj Samer in the Treta Yuga to Lord Ramachandra. There he answered this kind of thing. So it's so authentic it is. Not that whimsically they're answering. They have a reference. The same question was asked previously. This was the answer they got. Now I'm answering the same thing. Authentic answers, and that is the realization they get. So devotees are all always blissful in hearing. You know how you are all blissful or happy, satisfied hearing this Bhagavad Gita or the Lord's message. Then what Lord does for such kind of pure devotees? Esham sapaka yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Esham sapata yuktanam, they're always engaged in the Lord's service. So how does Lord reciprocate to them? Bhajatam priti purvakam, lovingly they are serving the Lord, not just as a duty they are doing. We do not. Oh, Prabhu has said to run around chanting Hare Krishna, chanted, finished, kept there. No love, nothing. Prabhu has said to offer one meal. I am great, so superior. I have to offer, no, prepare something and offer. There is no love, there is no devotion. Not that way. Priti purvakam, with love. Who does? What Lord reciprocates, how he reciprocates. Dadami buddhi yogam tamena mamupayantite. He gives the intelligent, their heart, sitting in their heart as Paramatma, he gives the superior intelligence to realize this kind of intricacies, where even it is never possible to read also. Such kind of shlokas will be able to understand. He gives such kind of realizations within sitting inside. And how he does that? Why he does, we came to know. Because we are serving him with love, is giving this kind of intelligence. And how he does, he says in the next shloka, Teshamevanukampartam maham ajnanajam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavasto jnanadipena bhaswata. Sitting in the heart, he just lights the jnana, the knowledge, jyoti, lamp of knowledge. He lights it. Then when the light, there is no darkness. Very simple. When the sun arises, you can just see when he rises, there's no darkness. What the darkness or the fog or the mist just melts like anything. When there is light, there is no darkness. To show them special mercy eye dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. The darkness which is in our heart because of ignorance, he just lights the knowledge. See, one thing you should understand, not by reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everything you are getting this knowledge. No. This is all very subtle things to understand. When Krishna shows the mercy, when he lights the lamp within the heart, only we'll be able to understand this. Without Lord's mercy, nothing is going to happen. No egoistic matter here. Oh, I am double graduate, I am PhD, I'll understand this. Being a scholar also, nothing you can do with it. So we should have the mercy of the Lord. And once we become pure devotees, we surrender unto the Lord, Lord will give the mercy. From the heart, he starts. You can see some in the scriptures, you can see even in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's once, there was a small pastime. One person who was sitting near the seashore or near the Kaveri bed and he was just crying. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. My dear devotee, why are you crying? He says, my spiritual master has ordered me to read Bhagavad Gita. You read Bhagavad Gita, that's what your life will be fulfilled. You are complete. Then okay, why are you reading? Why are you crying? He says, first point, I don't know how to read. I don't know, I'm illiterate. But my spiritual master ordered me to read now. What should I do? I have taken a Bhagavad Gita, I'm rotating these papers. Nothing I know, just I'm rotating. Fine. But why you're crying? His answer to them. He says, I'm seeing the first page of Bhagavad Gita. You know the first page, have you seen? I'm seeing the first page of Bhagavad Gita and crying. Alright, seeing first page, why are you crying? He says, Lord is so supreme. Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka. He is the person who is just controlling the whole universe, spiritually, material. Here Krishna says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Matta Sarva. So supreme Lord has taken the position of a driver, a Sarathi, sitting near the feet of Arjuna, his devotee. You know the position of Sarathi? It's not an ordinary position, you know. In the battlefield, when there is screaming, nothing is audible there. When the person wants to go to the right or left, Sarathi, the driver is not able to hear that. What he does, you know, from his right leg, he will kick to the right side. They will take a right turn. If he kicks to the left side, he'll take the left turn. That is the position of Sarathi. And that position, my dear Lord, my Lord has taken such a position for his pure devotee. Just crying how merciful the Lord is. Hearing this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraces him tightly. He says, there are so many scholars, Chaturvedi, Trivedi, Dvidedi, so many Vedis are there. They have read all the Vedas, everything, still they are not able to understand. But you say illiterate, you understood the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So, knowledge is not coming from reading. It should come from within. Lord, just show, lights the knowledge lamp. All the darkness vanishes. We'll be able to understand. Clear? Now let us go further. 3 O's to progress in Bhakti. What is that? Only goal of life. This is what we have to understand. The only goal in our life is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. We have to get connected to the Lord. We have to have a good relationship. And we should have a good reciprocation from the Lord. Every day, one or the other reciprocation should keep on happening in our life. We have to speak to the Lord. When it comes time, I'll explain this. Only qualification required. Be sincere and devoted to the activities of devotional service. So only qualification, be sincere and devoted. without being sincere, just there are many devotees who show off, having a good tilak, kantimala, chanting back, oh, I am a great devotee. Showing off, it's of no use. To whom you are cheating? Not cheating others, it is cheating yourself. Krishna is sitting within. He knows everything. Whom you can cheat. So it is we ourselves are cheating. We have to be sincere. Then only expectation to fulfill, one should perform some sort of work for Krishna with love. How can you show the love to someone? For example, newly married couples, wife is saying to husband, my dear husband, I love you so much. Oh yes, my wife is loving me. Morning she says, I love you. Afternoon she says, I love you. Night also when he comes from the office, she says, I love you. What will the husband do? My dear wife, you love, your love you keep inside. Something you prepare for me and you know. This is how you can show the love. Just saying, I love you, what's the use there? Some service has to be done. Krishna, I love you. Krishna, I love you. I'll never give anything. No milk, no fruit, no milk, nothing I'll give you. Only loving part. This is it's of no use. So we should show how you are loving, which loving me. Today I'll do some rasgullas. Today I'll do some jamuns to the Lord. Some butter, sweet butter I'll do and give. This way, you should show that love to the Lord. Clear? Don't say only I love you, Lord. So some service to the Lord. Okay. Then lessons to learn. If one wants to progress in Krishna consciousness, then one should not consider Krishna and his name ordinary. Never, ever. Anything connected to the Lord is of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita is Krishna himself. Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. The holy names of the Lord, there is no difference between the holy names and the Supreme Lord. It's the same. You have to give the same respect and same kind of treatment to the name, to the Bhagavad Gita, to Bhagavatam, and every paraphernalia, even to the devotees. That's why it said, spiritual master is the representative of the Supreme Lord and is equal to Lord, nowhere lesser than the Lord. It has to be equally respected, the devotees and the Lord. Anything to the touch of Krishna is everything having the same value. Okay? Devotees don't waste time in mundane things, rather they utilize their time in hearing and conversing about Krishna. Now here the question comes, are we devotees? So how do we utilize our time? Do we waste our time in mundane things, or do we engage ourselves in some chanting or reading Bhagavad Gita, hearing something about transcendental things, trying to get better and better day by day? What is our progress, or how we are utilizing the valuable time? And one should be sincere and should perform some sort of work for Krishna with love. That's clear. The acceptance. Now Arjuna, how he accepts. Arjuna's question, describe your opulence. How shall I think of you? How shall I know you? Now Krishna, Arjuna is asking, and how to understand you? Please say something more about you, so that I'll be able to get revealed and see you wherever. Wherever I go, I should be able to see you. No? Please say more about this. Now Krishna says how to do this. And now Arjuna's, the best basic thing. Arjuna, how is he accepting the Lord? Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam, Divyam, Adidevam, Ajam Vibhum. This is how Arjuna is accepting the Supreme Lord. Param Brahma, the Supreme Brahman. Param Dhamma, the Supreme Abode. Pavitram, the Transcendental. Paramam, you are the Supreme Bhavan. Purushottama, you are the Purushottama. Shashvatam, you are eternal. Divyam, transcendental. Adidevam, you are the all the devatas. You are the Adidevam. Ajam, Vibhum, you are immeasurable. Let it be small or big, you are immeasurable. In this way, just glorifying him. And now he thinks, if I start glorifying, what others will think? Oh, Krishna and Arjuna are friends. One friend is glorifying other friend. This becomes a wrong kind of a statement. Now, and adds to that. Atostvam, ahostvam, rishaya sarve devashir naradastata asito devalo vyasa swayam chaiva bravishime. Not it's me, Krishna. It's not only me, I'm saying this. The great rishis, who Devarshi Narada, Asito, Devalo, Vyasa, all are saying the same thing. And now yourself, you are explaining about you. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarva pravartate. Many will say Krishna is very egoistic. Na? He's saying that I am everything, I am everything. And don't be foolish. He is everything, so he's saying, I am everything. Then he cannot say that I am not God, he is God. He cannot say that. No? He is saying that, yes, I am the source of everything. He should say, but it is we with ego, we are saying, keeping Krishna inside, I'm saying I am everything. This is wrong. What I'm saying is wrong. But what Krishna is saying, that is truth. What he says is truth, absolute truth. Clear. So in this way, if we are able to accept, definitely we'll be able to understand this transcendental knowledge. And what leads to transformation of our heart and mind? How can we make Krishna as the center of our life? We have to follow the footsteps of Arjuna. Bhakti is joyful at root. Actually, in this way, we have to accept the Lord. How Arjuna is accepting the same way. And that's what Srimad Bhagavatam says. Mahajanena gatasa antaha. How the Mahajanas have walked the same path, take the steps. Simple. Just follow the spiritual master. Just follow his words, his instructions sincerely. That is sufficient. And serving the pure devotees, serving in there, it's more superior than serving the Lord, And actually, there's a pastime in Kanjipuram. You know Kanjipuram? So in those days, there was a great devotee during the time of Ramanujacharya. So there was Kanjipurna. His name was Kanjipurna, as a spiritual master of Ramanujacharya. So Kanjipurna is not a Brahminical. He was not had a birth from the Brahminical family. But he was such a close relationship with the Lord. He used to speak to the Lord. How we both, some friends converse. In that way, they were conversing. If somebody comes to visit the Lord, then he will be praying, my daughter has to get married, please. Lord, let me know where to see the bridegroom or whatever like that. And this person, Kanjipurna, will go and ask the Lord, he has come for this desire. Then the Lord will say, in this place, there is a boy. He's having good qualities. Let him go and see there. That match will be good. Then he will come and say to this person. Just imagine what we'll say. Chit-chatting will say, no? In the same way, this person, that the Lord and this devotee were chit-chatting. And he every day used to fan for 20 to 22 hours. He used to fan the Lord because the place is very hot. So once what happens, Ramanujacharya and with many disciples he comes and he says, he takes the permission of the Lord that I'm going outside somewhere else. So these are all my disciples. They'll be serving you. And you will say to everyone, please don't disturb the Lord by asking some boons. He is the Vardharaj. He'll be giving varas, always ready to give the boon. Don't disturb him. Okay, he will go. And then after a few days, Ramanujacharya will come. He'll say, my dear Lord, did my disciples disturb you? He says, yes, that person disturbed me. What did he disturb you? He said, please give me the mercy that before my spiritual master, I should liberate it. I should get liberated and go to Vaikuntha. All the disciples became very angry. What kind of a boon you asked? Before spiritual master, you want to get liberated? Then that disciple says, please don't take in a wrong way. We all know that our spiritual master gets liberated. He'll go to Vaikuntha. But who will be there to welcome him? So I want to be before him so that I can do the arrangements and welcome him. Everyone were happy. Now Ramanujacharya gets a little bit doubt. Will I be sure? I'm sure whether I'll go to Vaikuntha. I'll ask the Lord, my dear Lord, will I enter Vaikuntha? I have permission to enter to Vaikuntha. Yes, my dear Ramanujacharya, why not? You're serving so many devotees. Definitely you have that qualification. You will go to Vaikuntha. That's happy. Now Kanjipurna is getting doubt whether I'll be liberated, whether I'll enter this Vaikuntha. And finally, after everyone leaving, Kanjipurna will ask the Lord, my dear Lord, will I be able to qualify to enter the Vaikuntha? He's thinking, yes, I'll be qualified, but still a doubt, no? Whether I'll be liberated. Then Lord says, no, you won't be liberated. You cannot enter Vaikuntha. Why, my dear Lord? Why is this for me? Then he says, you have not served my devotees. So you don't have that qualification. Hearing this, he was having the chamara and fanning. No? He kept the chamara in the side. I'm leaving. Where are you going? What's the use in serving you? Per day, 20 to 22 hours, I'll be fanning you and I'm not qualified to liberate. I'll go and serve your devotees. You leave and go there. And start, see, he's Maha devotee. Nobody will allow him to do some services. Still, he changed his, he disguised in an ordinary man. He went to Mahapurna somewhere. He started serving him with the Jatka Gadi. Jatka Gadi, those days, no horses. They used to run, carry them and run. He was old. Mahapurna was old, I think. So he was sitting and he was going. One day what happened, rain was coming. So Kanjipurna in a small hut, they had a place. So they had given that hut for him to stay. He'll take care of some cows, and he was carrying this kind of chatting and some menial work he was doing. Then on that day, night, this Mahapuni will think, hey, it's raining. I don't know that coward boy or the servant, how will be struggling there. Let me go and check. On that day, all the clothes were wet. So he thought, they let me have the saffron dress. Who will come in the night and watch me? He kept his tilak, put on that saffron cloth, and he was chanting. And Mahapurna came and saw it was Kanchipurna. Lord, it was you who were serving me for so many days. Such a great offense I have done by taking service from you, gives a posted obeisance. That's it done. Next day, he will not have that service. No? Then he'll come to the Lord. Lord, am I qualified now? Arey Baba, you are fully qualified because you have served my servant. Now it's very hot. Please take the chamber and start panning me. So once again, he engages in the Lord's service. It's not that you'll not get liberated. It's a pastime Lord is showing to us. Without serving the devotees, you won't be qualified. How much ever you go and pray to the Lord, without serving a spiritual master and devotees, you cannot be qualified to enter the spiritual. Clear? That's the message Krishna is giving. So in that way, we have to engage more and more in the Lord's service, or try to walk in the footsteps of great acharyas or the devotees like Arjuna. Why is Arjuna asking questions for common people to understand who is Krishna? That's why he's asking this question. And for the sake of devotees who taste the nectar, prana, because they need to know more and more so that they can release, they can be blissful, satisfied more and more by hearing more and more about the Lord's qualities and pastimes. So he's asking these questions. And for personal absorption, even for his personal absorption, so that he can get more and more absorbed in the Lord's service or Lord's to understand realization. So he's asking these questions. Lessons to learn. Acceptance of Krishna as a supreme, pure, leads to transformation of our heart and mind, definitely. When we accept Krishna, automatically when there is light, when you accept a light, definitely there is no darkness. Bhagavad Gita should be understood in the parampara system. For that, anywhere and everywhere you cannot go. Wherever, for example, you need to run a light, what do you do? Take the plug and put it in a plug where there is power. Not that wherever there is 2 holes, you can keep on putting. Nothing will come out of it. And when there is no power, and you put whatever you put on the switch or whatever you do, it will not come. It will not work. The same way, anywhere, everywhere, you won't get this knowledge. It should be linked. The current should be passing to that spiritual master, isn't it? Otherwise, how it can be effective? The same way, he should be connected to a parampara. It's very simple. He should have a spiritual master, and that spiritual master should have another spiritual master. And all these personalities are slaves of the spiritual master, just executing the orders of the spiritual master. If that is the case, definitely they are authorized to be a. Yeah. Then hearing about Krishna is fruitful only when person practically performs bhakti. This is sure. Hearing 1 hour class and doing nothing, no transformation, nothing happens. I'm not chanting. You're chanting waste. Something Prabhu is saying, no, let me hear and go. It's of no use. He's saying something to offer. No, why to offer? These things all if we don't do, no result. Why will we get bhakti? Why will Krishna give the mercy? So what Srila Prabhupada is saying, just execute that. Sufficient. Okay. And Krishna reveals that. Krishna reveals his opulence to Arjuna. How can we see Krishna? Actually, for this, you have to read the chapter. I cannot say because there's so many hundreds of examples Krishna is saying. So I cannot keep on saying everything. So some I'll say which is important, but you have to read. He says, let me go this. Not possible to understand Krishna's greatness by our limited senses. Our senses already have seen the 4 defects that we have. So we cannot understand Krishna completely. And Krishna resides in our heart. Everything opulent, beautiful, and powerful springs from the spark of Krishna. Anything which you see beautiful, you should understand. Oh, Krishna is so beautiful. Anything tasty. Wow, Krishna is so tasty. This is how you have to realize. See a flower. Who's decorating the flower? There's so many colorful flowers here. It's Krishna. You should know the greatness of Krishna. And you smell such a beautiful fragrance from the flowers. Who's filling the fragrance in it? It's Krishna. Just take a mango and eat. So sweet. Who's filling the sweet? Just see the tree. From the earth, it comes with the roots and everything. Nowhere sweetness, only the fruit. When it's raw, it's no fruitness. When it ripens, so much sweet. Who's filling that sweet? Take the tender coconut. Who's filling the water into it? When you see all this, you should be able to relish Krishna each and everywhere. Wherever your eyesight goes, you should be able to see this is Krishna, this is Krishna, that is Krishna. Clear? Anywhere it is sparkling, which is beautiful, which is tasty, everything it is Krishna. Clear? That one statement is sufficient to understand everything. Then, Maharshinam Bhraguraham Giram Asmi Ekam Aksharam Yajnanam Japa Yajnosmi Savaram Himalaya. This one word I need, so I picked this shloka, so that just to make you all understand this. Of the great sages, I am Bhrigu of vibration, I am the transcendental Om. Of sacrifices, I am the chanting of holy name, Japa. Japa Yajnosmi. Yajna, the sacrifice, you think the big homa I am doing, such big sacrifice, such a big ritual, something I am doing. No use. Just sit and chant the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There is no better sacrifice than this. Krishna is saying, not me. Yajnanam, out of all the sacrifices, Yajnanam, Japa Yajnosmi. I am Japa Yajna. Chant my holy names. Yep. And of immovable things, I am Himalaya. This many says that the most important thing we are requesting everyone to chant. And Krishna says, out of all sacrifices, Japa Yajna, it's me. Just please accept and start chanting. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy, not happy, blissful. Yeah. You see, Krishna is saying that out of intelligence is in many senses, the mind is among the senses, and among the life is the life force, and among the water bodies is ocean, among the animals is lion, among the munis is Narada Muni, and among sacrifices is chanting the holy name, and among the demons is Prahlad, among the birds is Garuda. In this way, many a list of things he gives. Among human beings, I am king. Among devatas, I am Indra. And among what I can say, weapons, I am Vajrayudha. And many things, one or two, there's so many things he says. You can just refer the chapter. Seeing Krishna everywhere. Ganga, seeing some water, seeing water, you can say Ganga. Any river, among the rivers, it's Ganga. Death. Not only good things, any bad things you see also, you should be able to recognize Krishna. Krishna says, Sarva harasya chaham mrityu, Sarva harasya chaham, it's me. Am kalosmi is his. It's me. The death also, it's me. If you don't accept me now, you should see me definitely, but you'll see me as your death. Clear? And silence, not only saying, silence is also Krishna, Mauna. Is also Krishna, and whatever we speak out, it is Mauna only. Prabhupada says this. Then spiritual science. So everything is Krishna, very simple. Then we need to purify our senses to appreciate the greatness of Krishna. Yes, that's why chanting. Keto darpanam arjanam bhavama davagni nirvapanam. Just by chanting, we will be able to clean all our contaminations in the heart. Kamakrodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, everything will be clean. Then we'll be able to realize Krishna. Arjuna is not in ignorance, but we are. We can come out of this ignorance by practicing bhakti. Definitely, Arjuna is not in ignorance. Krishna made him such situation so that he can recite this Bhagavad Gita. He can give this knowledge to us, for the case conditioned soul, not for Arjuna. Yeah. So we should practice bhakti with loving service to the Lord. All things from Brahma to small ant are existing due to Krishna entering in them as super soul. From Brahma Loka to Patala, from Brahma to a small ant, everywhere anything is happening, it's because of Krishna's presence. As I gave the example of the universal form, my body, anywhere I prick, anything is happening, I could recognize the same way. The source of everything is Krishna. Without Krishna's existence, there is no existence. There is no creation, there is no existence, nothing without Krishna. We are somewhere sitting on the body of Krishna and we say there is no Krishna. It's foolish. Something like that. So is the source of everything. And finally Krishna says, Atava bahunaitena kim jnatena tavarjuna vishtabhyaham midam krishnam ekam shena sthito jagat. But what is the need, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? Saying, why do you need all this knowledge? You're asking so many questions, to reveal so many things, to say so many things. With a single fragment of myself, just a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Just imagine, now we think, oh, Krishna is so big, his body is this universe. And now Krishna is saying, don't think that is my limitations. My single fragment, my one single energy is sufficient for this whole universe. Just imagine what is the supremacy of the power of the Lord. You can't just imagine with our limited, small brain we have, how far we'll be able to understand Krishna. Not this, even for millions of lifetime, you keep on hearing this and you try to understand, you may not be able to understand. Once when I say this point, one same thing, one disciple of Prabhupada, he has the same question. Prabhupada was saying same thing. You're saying, it's very difficult to understand. You cannot understand this. You cannot understand the Lord. You cannot understand. How many times he was saying? Then one disciple asked question, my dear spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, what's the use of reading Bhagavad Gita? What's the use of reading Srimad Bhagavatam? You are saying that we are not able to understand. Anyhow, we are not able to understand, then what is the use in reading? And Srila Prabhupada says, you have to read every day to understand that you are not able to understand this. Understood? I don't know how far you understood. You are not able to understand Lord. That to understand that part, you have to read every day. Just to know how insignificant I am and how supreme the Lord is. How much ever I'm trying to understand, I'm not able to reach to the Lord. Understand Him completely. That is the thing you have to understand. For that, every day you have to read this Bhagavad Gita. Clear? Now, conclusion of Bhagavad Gita chapter 10. We learned how to concentrate on Krishna by hearing. Shravanam is the basic thing out of 9 bhakti. It is the beginning. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Mandaram, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Prahlad Maharaj says this. Navavida bhakti we say. The basic thing is Shravanam, hearing. Even during chanting, not chanting. Chanting is more hearing. Say louder. It has to pass from our ears. Then it reaches out. Not just mind. No sound will come out, no use. Ears are the most, what I can say, prominent or very finer sense is ears. You're just sleeping in a deep sleep. Somebody calls your name. At once you wake up. All other senses of sleeping, but the ears, there's no closing also. Way is open. Even your deep sleep, somebody is calling you, you'll be able to wake up. That's the power of ears. So Shravanam is the most important. Clear? Then bhakti is joyful and fruitful, but should be implemented practically in life. Definitely it is joyful. It is blissful and fruitful. Everything is there. Without doing what is there. If you don't do, hearing that, oh, this cooking portion is very good. I can cook in this way. This kind of a cook, for example, jamun, if I prepare in this way, it will be very tasty. But you have to prepare. No? Without preparing, what taste you can do. The same way, bhakti is tasty, joyful, fruitful, everything. But you have to execute. You have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and offer bhoga to the Lord. One should accept the message of Bhagavad Gita as Arjuna accepted, as I said. So you should walk in the footsteps of Mahajana. You should accept. How did Arjuna accept? Parabrahma, Paramdama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. The same way we should accept Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. My dear Krishna, I am completely surrendering unto the lotus feet. Please accept me and give me the instructions accordingly. That's what Arjuna did. No? Shishyastem Shadimam Tvam Prapannam in the 2nd chapter. Completely surrendered. Then eagerness is the qualification to progress in bhakti. That's what Rupa Goswami in his Upadesha Amrita says. Utsaha Nishayat Dairyat. Utsaha. Should have this eagerness. to learn this. Others, why will we progress in bhakti? Why will we? That's why always I say, turn on your videos, so that you should become attentive. You should become very eager to understand. You should be very, take notebook and pen, take each and every point. Not that what I saying is great, no. Bhagavad Gita is great. Srila Prabhupada is great. His words are so transcendental. Take down. Try to implement in life. Without that, you cannot. Okay, fine. Thank you. So 10th chapter, what we heard? HEAR, here, under the acronym here. Hearing, that is attributes of faith, then essence of Gita, the 4 shlokas, Chatushloka we saw, and then the acceptance, how Arjuna is accepting and reveals. Once we start accepting the Lord, so everything starts revealing. Clear? And tomorrow another most important chapter. It is the 11th chapter. Many will be thinking how can we experience this universal form? Krishna has showed some form itself in Bhagavad Gita. What form is that? What kind of a form? How is universal form? Many questions. And many few devotees, they come to this Bhagavad Gita sessions only to know about this universal form. So such kind of a chapter is tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be seeing how universal form is. What is it? So first Arjuna request, because here he said, no, my single fragment is sufficient. Now Arjuna is a single fragment is there. So he has said so many things now. He's requesting Krishna now. But please show me that form now. You are saying this, now you show me that. Now he shows this universal form. Yeah. Then prayers of Arjuna. So he accepts. So tomorrow also we should understand. When we go to a temple, go and stand in front of the Lord, how should we offer ourselves to the Lord? What tomorrow you'll know this. The named form, and which is the real form and the beautiful form, or the what is Krishna and what is Vishnu. Those things tomorrow we'll try to understand. Then now there's a quiz link in your group. By now it will be there. I think. As soon as you complete this session, please do attend this. Okay. Now let us chant once. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vede Ramayane Chaiva Purane Bharate Tatha Adau Ante Cha Madhye Cha Hari Sarvatra Kiyate. Throughout the Vedas, the Ramayana, the Puranas, and the Mahabharata, from beginning to end, there's a statement here. And everywhere in between, only the name and the glories of the Supreme Lord Sri Hari are chanted. The essence of all the Vedas, it is to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chant the holy name of the Lord. That is what the great Acharyas, the Shastras, the Vedas, everything. That is the essence. This is Harivamsha. Harivamsha it is. So many Puranas. You can't even name them, So many Upanishads. Everything, the essence of everything is the same. Vedesha sarvaraham veda vedanta krit veda vityeva chaham, Krishna says. The essence of all the Vedas is to know Krishna. That is it. Chant the holy names. Why I'm giving you every day one such kind of shlokas? Convince you. It's not me, I'm saying. And it's not only Bhagavad Gita. And it's not only Srila Prabhupada. It's not only ISKCON. The whole scriptures from the period of immemorial, like all the Acharyas, they're saying the same thing. They're saying in a different way. We should see Ramanujacharya also. Once what happens is spiritual master. When it's a big story, but I'll make it very short. He'll go for 17 times. Take the instruction of the spiritual master, Shailapurna. There's a word he says many times. Saraswati, Adiyan, she'll be saying the same thing there. He'll be saying, so in this way, who have come? This Shailapurna will be asking, the door is locked. He'll go such a long distance, he'll walk and go. He'll knock the door. Who is that? Says, I am Ramanujacharya. Okay, come tomorrow. Next day, I am Ramanujacharya has come. Okay, come tomorrow. Your servant Ramanujacharya has come. Come tomorrow. My dear spiritual master, your servant has come. Then you will open the door. That is a real position. Till then, he was saying Ramanujacharya's name is not open. Till then, we say I, nothing happens there. Oh, then he reveals, he used one Mahamantra to him. So, those period, he says, Namo Narayana. He used this mantra and he says in years, it's very secret. Never ever you should say to anyone. If you say, your head will break into 10,000 pieces. He said, okay. What did he do? He went on a temple top on the Gopura. He started ringing the bell. So everyone gathered. The whole town, village, everyone came there. Somebody is ringing the bell. He said, please get liberated. The essence of all the Vedas is to chant the Lord's name. Om Namo Narayana. That is my spiritual master has given me. Now I am giving freely to everyone. Please chant, get liberated. And he came to his spiritual master. His spiritual master was burning now. This mantra, it should be said in ears and it should be initiated in this way. You have said on top of the temple, like to everyone you have revealed this, so your head will break into pieces now. Ramanujacharya said, very happily I'll accept this. Arey, so many conditioned souls are getting liberated by this holy name. Why should I protect only to myself? Let me give it freely. Let my head break into pieces. I am not worried. Let others get liberated. This was the heart of an Acharya. Acharyas don't just come up like anything. How much selfless service they do, they become such greater Acharyas. Everyone are gurus, but Acharya is different. There's beyond the scriptures. Sometimes they're beyond Krishna also. Krishna somewhere he holds. He says in the 18th chapter, say, never ever you should preach this to atheist. But what did Srila Prabhupada did? He went to and preached to the atheist. So sometimes Krishna holds his mercy, but devotees are moved. The Acharyas, there's so much this thing, selfless, they just gives to everyone. They give to everyone. That is the heart of an Acharya. So the essence of all the Vedas is to chant the holy name. And during that time, that spiritual master said that, but for Kali Yuga, for this Kali Yuga, it is only Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Should be very clear. And Krishna says, Nam Nam Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis. The names, holy names, let it be Krishna, Rama, Narayana, Vishnu, whatever. It is having the same potency, no change in it. The power is same to all. But the disease that we have in this Kali Yuga, for this disease, only one tablet. That is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You can chant other mantras also. Vishnu Purana, you can say that. Everything is qualified. Everything has same power, same potency, no doubt. But my disease is different. For my disease, it's Hare Krishna. For this Kali Yuga, it's Hare Krishna. Clear? Yes. Our Lakshmi Narasimhadev, Giridhara, and this is our ISKCON HP. Now, if somebody is having any questions, please do raise your hands. Meanwhile, Chandrasekhar Prabhu will try to understand announcements or reports.
Yes,
I request everyone to ask some of the other questions. I need some questions to be answered because you need. Now Sandhya Mataji is raising. Now Mataji's question is, why did not allow me to chant today? Clear, Mataji? Hare Krishna, Sandhya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Mataji, we were waiting you in the morning. You called many times, but you were immersed in chanting, absorbed. So you were not able to hear us. Good, Mataji. Good chanting. Yes, Mataji. Do you have any questions?
Yes, Prabhuji. I have one question.
Yes, Mataji.
Can I ask in Telugu, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Why not?
Okay. మీరు చెప్పారు కదా ప్రభుజీ, ధృతరాష్ట్రుడు 50 జన్మల కింద ఆయన హంటర్ అని. 50 బర్త్స్ కింద ఆయన ఒక హంటర్ అని చెప్పాడు.
చెప్పండి మాతాజీ, క్వశ్చన్ నాకు వినపడింది, చెప్పండి.
ఆ 50 జన్మల తర్వాత ఆయన మానవ జన్మ ఎత్తాడు కదా గురూజీ. అయితే ఆయన చేసిన పాపం, ఆ పక్షిని చంపేసినందుకు, ఆ పక్షి గుడ్లు ఇది చేసినందుకు ఆయన కూడా 100 మంది కొడుకుల్ని లాస్ అయ్యాడు కదా. ఇంత పుణ్యం సంపాదించడానికి ఆయన కూడా ఏదో ఉంటుంది కదా ప్రభుజీ, చెప్పగలుగుతారా? అంటే ఆయన కూడా ఇంతకు ముందు జన్మలో ఎంతో పుణ్యం చేసుకుంటే గాని కృష్ణునికి ఒక మంచి స్నేహితుడు అయ్యే అవకాశం దొరకదు కదా ప్రభుజీ.
అవును, అని కదా కృష్ణుడు చెప్తాడు అక్కడ. కృష్ణుడు అదే చెప్తాడు, ధృతరాష్ట్రుడు అదే అతని ప్రశ్న అదే, ఎందుకు 50 జన్మలు అవసరం ఉంది ఇది నాకే, నెక్స్ట్ జన్మలోనే నాకు ఒక శిక్ష వచ్చిండొచ్చు కదా అన్నప్పుడు ఏమంటాడు కృష్ణుడు, నీకు 100 మంది బిడ్డల్ని పొందే ఒక ఇది ఉండలేదు, పుణ్యం ఉండలేదు. ఆ పుణ్యాన్ని నువ్వు 50 జన్మలు కావాల్సింది సేకరణ చేసేకి. దాని తర్వాతే ఇప్పుడు ఆ అవసరం వచ్చింది, ఆ పుణ్యము ఉంది, ఆ కర్మ అనుభవించుకునే సమయము ఉంది. దాని నుంచి నువ్వు గుడ్డివానిగా 100 జన్మ బిడ్డలు పొందుకొని వాళ్ళంతా మరణం చూసేవుగా కష్టము వచ్చింది. సో అలా
ఆ అవకాశం అలా వచ్చింది కదా ప్రభు. అర్జునుడు అంతకు ముందు జన్మలో ఏమై ఉండొచ్చు.
అబ్బా సారీ మాతాజీ, అంతంత క్లారిటీగా చెప్పాలనేది కష్టం. కృష్ణుడు ఏం చెప్పాడు అది వినుకొని చెప్తాము, మీరు ఒక్కొక్కటి అడిగితే కష్టం అవుతుంది, అది నాకు తెలియదు. అలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంది అంటే మీరు శుద్ధ భక్తులు కావాలంటే ఏంటంటే కృష్ణుడి దగ్గరపై అడగాలి. ఇప్పుడు కృష్ణుడు ఒక్కొక్క జలంలో ఏమయ్యాడు ఏమి అని చెప్తున్నాడు. ఓకే, హరే కృష్ణ. సో మాతాజీ's question was, in some sessions I said that Dhritarashtra was blind, and before 50 jalmas, 50 births, he was a hunter. He killed 100 the birds, like kitchen, like then he made that mother and father blind also, something like this, the story. So he take 50 lifetimes. Then his question was, why did I need 50 jalmas? After this now I am suffering, why not in the next jalma? Then Krishna says, you not had the punya to have 100 children. Now you have taken that, so now you have 100 children, and now the time to suffer with a blind and losing all your child. This was the punishment, that what you did the sin then, now you are suffering it for that. Now Mataji's his question, in that 50 jalmas, which jalma, what he did, and what he punya I did to get that 100 children. So my answer was this, I am very ignorant, Mataji, very small, I cannot answer this question. You can directly go to Krishna and ask this. You become a pure devotee, go and ask him. He will give clarity, which jalma, what he was, how he did, what all the things he will answer you. Okay, Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, you can say your little. Sandhya Mataji has one more question. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I'm asking about Arjuna's birth, Prabhuji.
Arjuna's birth?
Yes.
Arjuna is eternal of the Lord. That one part I know. Because he says in the 4th chapter itself, I think you are a earphone something, Mataji. You have to remove that. It's just shaking. Not ears, in the phone. So that is disturbing. Okay. So, Arjuna is the eternal associate of the Supreme Lord. That one part I know. So because after when he says that this knowledge was imparted to Surya Narayana, Vivaswan, you are also there with me. So he was eternal. Nara Narayana, we say, no. Actually, that Nara is Arjuna. He is in every leela, he will be with the Lord. In a different form, he will be. But all those details, it's difficult. We cannot get all those. We are also not so qualified, no transcendental to be understanding such kind of thing. And what we should understand is 125,000
Prabhuji, your voice is breaking. It's not.
But don't think that is complete. 1 second. I'll see. I'll just change my. Now I'm audible, Prabhu? No?
Continue, Prabhu. Looks like it is better now.
Wait.
No, Prabhu. Again, it's breaking.
Yes, I think now it will be clear.
Yes, Prabhu, better.
Yeah, yes. So Mataji's question was, what about Arjuna? How pious was he? How can he be always with the Lord? Being a friend of the Lord, definitely he should be little pious, not pious. Not just pious, he was an eternal associate of the Lord. Eternal associate. He was a Muktatma. He is in the spiritual planet. To do some leelas, he will come here and do some leelas. That is it. Like Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, they're all eternal associates. They come as demons here, fight with the Lord, go back. That's it. Not that they are committing some offenses. Once again, they'll stay back here according to their karmas. They don't have any karmas. Karma is only for us, for conditioned souls, not for the great souls. So in this way, Arjuna was transcendental. He was an associate of the Lord. But where, what, those things we cannot say that. But sometimes, I was saying about Bhagavatam part, 18,000 verses we say, and there Sukadeva Goswami very clearly says, each and everything cannot be said, because that's the only pastime happened. For example, in our day, you just take in one day, so many things we do. We walk to the office, we go here, we purchase this, we do that, and so many things are happening. And Krishna also in one day, so many things he has done, they all are pastimes. But we say only one. The fruit vendor came, he came without any grain, and the fruit vendor some fruits, and he filled the basket with well. This one time, Sukadeva was there's millions of pastimes where he was not able to reveal. He cannot say each and everything, no. There was only 7 days time for Parikshit Maharaj. So only what has been, that's why somewhere in Bhagavatam, they said the pure devotees gets revealed all the pastimes of the Lord. Once we become pure devotees in heart, Krishna starts revealing everything. We'll be able to reveal much more than Bhagavatam, much more than the Vedas. We'll be able to reveal that Krishna's and Radharani's pastimes, or Krishna's childhood pastimes, what all he did, where all he went. When this Goswamis went to Vrindavan, so Krishna made them to reveal, this was the place where I was doing Jhulan Yatra. This was the place where is Radha Kund, Shyam Kund. Before that, nothing was there. It was they who then finally found everything. So Krishna starts revealing. So we are not such kind of devotees. So better you become Mataji. You chant. Your chanting was beautiful. Immersed in chanting, like absorbed. Chant. Become a pure devotee. Offer every day some bhoga to the Lord. You're all, whatever you eat, it should become prasad. Offer in this way. Have a loving relationship with the Lord. Definitely he will reveal you more than in the scriptures. What is there, he will reveal more. So that is how we have to progress. Okay. Other questions, I am very limited. I am very small. So I can only answer to that much which I know, and how much ever I am able to understand, that much I can say. Beyond that, it is your endeavor. You have to.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, bro. So next question is from Tulsi Pandu Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Tulsi Mataji?
Tulsi Pandu Prabhu looks like.
No. It's Mataji. She's from also. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Can you hear my voice, Prabhu? Can you hear my voice, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, my doubt is when Ashwatthama killed Pandava's sons, okay, Krishna gave curse to Ashwatthama that some disease has to come, he should be very Chiranjeevi. Whether he is Chiranjeevi still now or he is alive, or where is?
Oh, where is he?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
alive.
Yes, he's a Chiranjeevi. Out of 7.
Hanuman also is Chiranjeevi, but in any rupa we to say Hanuman. But where is now Ashwatthama? My question is that.
Yes, Mataji. So out of 7 Chiranjeevis, Ashwatthama is 1 Chiranjeevi. Chiranjeevi, actually, we also don't have. But what is Chiranjeevi? So for that Manvantara, or for that Kalpa, they will be living with the same body. That is Chiranjeevi, we say. And actually, it is Markandeya Muni also for the 7. 7 Divya Yugas or Kalpa something. Manvantara somewhere, or the Manvantara. He will be the same body. That's why it said Chiranjeevi. But Ashwatthama is also a Chiranjeevi. And for the next Vyasadeva, it is Ashwatthama. And next Indra is Bali Maharaj. And next Vyasadeva is Ashwatthama. So because of his bad deeds, he was cursed with some disease that where there'll be insects out of his body. That is very painful thing. And he has to suffer for many years. So he made him Chiranjeevi. And where is he? They're all there where with settled form. We may not be able to see them because when you read Bhagavatam, there's so many things revealed. When Shukadeva Goswami says, after this Kali Yuga, there is a start of Surya Vamsha. And they says these kings are there, after this Kali Yuga, the Surya Vamsha will start. So where are they now? They're somewhere in Badrikashrama near the Himalaya, somewhere where we may not be able to see them. Ashwatthama, even in Badrinath, even till today, 6 months it will be closed and 6 months it will be open. No? The last day, they light a lamp and they close the door. You can see the flowers, all the flowers fresh, and the lamp glowing after 6 months. It's even till now, even today, Ashwatthama every day comes and does the puja. You can read, sometimes you can hear the ringing of the bell and many things like this. Many like think it will be happening there. So not able to see those things. Many things, even Bhagavad Gita also, we cannot be everything understood. Here and try to understand in our limitations. That is it. Okay.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So we'll take some. We'll go through the report and.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll see the report first. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
So yesterday, sorry, after chapter 9, actually, there is a typo there. So there were 52 devotees attended the sessions, and 27 devotees were participated in quiz, and 16 did the chanting, and 16 did the Naivedya.
I hope this Naivedya will be full Naivedya, or still in fruit and milk only. I don't know.
That we.
But they have to reply personally. Otherwise, we will be able to know. If possible, I hope you all know my number. You can personally reply to me. So what was your offering? Or you can just take some photos and send me also. So I'll be very happy to see those things. So how well you are serving Krishna, so that even I can learn something out of you. So how lovingly you serve, even I'll try to do the same. Some good offerings you can do the Lord. Okay, some photos or something you can send. At least you can reply to that personal message. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
There was slight decline in attendance, Prabhu, day by day. So request everyone to share it with your friends and colleagues so that we can have more numbers. Okay, so there are some questions as part of the feedback as well. Papa Rao Prabhu says Mahatma means so he is asking to explain what do you mean by Mahatma in little bit.
Mahatma in detail.
Yes.
Satatam kirtayanto mam. It's very clear, no? In Bhagavad Gita, there itself Krishna says, who's always chanting the holy name of Lord is Mahatma. That's what the activities of him we saw, no? Yesterday itself we discussed this. Yes.
So next is from Venkatesh Prabhu. Why only 108? Because I would like to chant more continuously throughout the day. Any particular reason why to chant only 108?
Yes, you have to chant whole day, but multiplied with 108. Not stopping for 108. So yeah, actually we all do, myself I do 25 rounds. But the instructions from spiritual master is 16 rounds. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. 16 rounds per day. And many chant 32, 64. Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said 64 is spiritual master. But our Srila Prabhupada was so merciful, he reduced to 16. Okay, in this way it's multiplied by 108. You should have Japamala, chant on Japamala, and we should have count also, so many malas. Okay, and why 108? I think I have explained this. So out of this thing, as Krishna in today's this thing is saying, the same way in numbers I am 108. In numbers is 108. So it's very auspicious and it is Krishna's number. So we chant 108. Okay, yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. So next is from Vaishali Mataji. Other than devoting complete surrender, does the Sastanga Namaskara have any other importance? Why should women do only Panchanga Namaskara and not Sastanga? Is there any condition when we should not do Sastanga?
Yes, definitely. As just it's very simple answer. Follow scriptures. What acharyas are saying, what Shastra is saying, just follow that. You cannot have questions for everything. Why is this? Why is that? You not have. Especially for Matajis, there, what I can say, the personal part should not touch the earth. So they say only not Shastra. And for a male, they have to do Shastra. This is the one answer. And more to all such kind of questions, the only thing scriptures are saying, and our this thing worship Vidana is in Pancharatri, Nardiya Pancharatra Vidhi Vidana. How it is said in the same way we do. This is how we have to do the lamp, incense sticks, so many incense sticks, and like this flower, like this water in the conch, then the kerchief, then the chamara, then the peacock feather. In this way, one after the other, so many rounds. This way only you have to do 4, 2, 3, 7. Everything is instructed. Clear, it's crystal clear. We have to follow that. It's very simple. Why, what? We cannot keep on asking the questions, and I cannot keep on answering it also. It's the acharyas, it is scriptures saying this is how we have to do. So once I could remember one funny thing like where once what happened, they were all walking. In the morning walk, Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, everyone were going. There once one person, like this, many were asking questions to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is this, that, and Srila Prabhupada started answering everything. One person, he said, one tree was there. It was just close to the house. Then Srila Prabhupada said, this tree, this was the previous owner of this house. He's so much attached to the house. Now he has taken the birth as a tree and is going next to the house. This is how you all will become if you are attached. You get binded and will be here only. Then okay, this was conversation going on. A little further they went. And one disciple came to Srila Prabhupada, see there, this tree has gone to the right. It has turned to the right hand side. It has gone in this way. Why? Then Srila Prabhupada said, if it had gone to the left hand side, you might have been asked why. So it has gone to the right hand side. Understood? So if it had gone to this way, you'll ask a question, why it has this side? It has gone in this way. In this way, you cannot get a authentic answer for all the questions. It's very simple. Answer is Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. It is authentic, Shabda Praman. It is coming from the scriptures, and Guru is saying, you have to do it this way, do it. Mataji, only this way you have to do? Yes. This is your dress code, this is how you have to be, this is how you have to behave, and this is the process, this is the thing, yes. And being Prabhuji's made, you have to be in this way, this is the way you have to do, yes. That is it. Sometimes now many demons are going against the scriptures. In that way, many things they do. Even marriages, male and male get married, female and female get married, you know that? What kind of demons are we? Even animals are better than the humans, Animals have a better relation than humans. We are getting more degraded than the animals. Hogs are better. Stool-eating hogs are better than human beings. I don't know, sometimes I feel so embarrassed to say that I am a human being. I don't know how these dogs and this will be laughing. Oh, you're all human beings, such a fallen souls. That is the position of human beings at present. So fallen, so much. Definitely, there is no knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, there is no relationship with the Lord. We get degraded like anything. Better protect our children from this society. Otherwise, I don't know where we are going to end up. Okay, fine. Hare Krishna.
So now we'll go through some feedback.
Yes.
Rajpuru can switch to this feedback. Yes. So Harsha Prabhu says it was amazing, and Nandita Mataji says she's satisfied with the sessions. Apara Prabhu says very interesting chapter 9. Venkatesh Prabhu says getting clarity on God and godliness. Uma Mataji says excellent. Vaishali Mataji says today's story about Bhishma was very interesting. And Raghavendra Prabhu says it was good. And Srita Mataji says, I'm feeling fresh every day since I joined these sessions.
Yes, thank you. And one request to all, please do come little early. And many, I say, very less numbers during Kirtan and chanting. 5:45. 5:45, you have to come and do one round chanting. And 5:30, if you join, you can chant with Srila Prabhupada. Please do come as early as possible and try to turn on your videos and be sincere. That's it. Okay. Anything else, Prabhu?
No problem.
Yes. Thank you. So I thank each and every devotee who has attended or participated in today's session. So let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind up for today. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Thank you to all. So I'll give the option to unmute yourself. Just unmute and say Hare Krishna. And
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Mataji, Venkatesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Vaishali Mataji, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Sandhya Mataji, Hare Krishna, Archana Mataji, Hare Krishna, Mamata Mataji, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Shweta Mataji and Vasant Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Saraswati Mataji, Divya Mataji and Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Kavita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna to all. Hare Krishna. Srinivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Venkatesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Arun Kumari Prabhu, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Pramod Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Sandhya Mataji has raised the hand.
Prabhuji, if I ask the question wrongly, please excuse me, Prabhuji.
అడగండి Mataji.
ఇంతకు ముందు అడిగాను కదా ప్రభుజీ. ఒకవేళ ఏమన్నా మిస్టేక్ అయితే క్షమించండి.
అయ్యో అలాగంత ఏం లేదు Mataji. See now Vaishali Mataji is also asked. Sometimes with harsh answers so that somewhere it has to prick your heart.
Okay, Prabhuji.
You can't get answers to all the questions, no?
Yes.
అంటే కొన్ని ఎందుకు అంటే ఇది ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను. We are sitting in first standard.
Yes.
All the questions of degree level. And I am not growing. I'll be sitting in this babysitting or first standard only. I'll not grow. I'll be here only. I'll not study. I will not pass to the second standard also. But I need to be answered all the other questions of degree level. How will that happen? Correct. So నేను ఎదుగును నా లైఫ్ లా అన్ని ఆన్సర్లు వచ్చేయాలంటే లేదు, రాదు. So we have to purify our consciousness. We have to get elevated to that level so that I'll be able to visualize. So I'll say another example also many times. When you're ground floor, what can you understand? Come to the first floor, second floor, third floor. There's so many floors. When you go more and more top, the visibility will be more. As soon as you go to the first floor, you'll be able to see very clearly what is this ground floor. You may not be able to understand. Once you go to the first floor, that's what we are doing chanting, Once you do this chanting and offer prasadam, you'll come to the next platform, you'll be able to see the materialistic people, what they are doing, how they are dealing. This all will start revealing. When you become more purer and purer, go to the second floor or third floor, something, you'll be able to see the differences in devotees also. Devotees, how pure devotee is he? Oh, what a devotee is able to recognize those things also. And you'll be able to realize the acharyas, as I was saying, Ramanujacharya, the kind heart that he had. You don't know, Ramanuja said something, this is the past time, some story, that's it. But you get elevated yourself, you'll be able to reach the heart of the acharyas. You'll be able to understand their heart. So this way, we have to get elevated. Nothing wrong in asking questions, Mataji. You can ask all the questions. Arjuna asked silliest and silly questions. Very patiently, Krishna answered. What
Yes.
wrong asking questions? No, you can ask Mataji.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
tomorrow will you be able to chant?
Yes, Prabhuji.
But
At
what?
5:45.
Yes, you will be there, but you will be absorbed in chanting. No, what can we
Yes,
do?
yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Actually, I have joined at 5:30 only, Prabhuji.
We saw you,
Mataji,
Mataji. We are not able to hear.
Your mic was on mute, Mataji. Like you were not able to respond to our. We were able to listen when we were talking, Mataji, at 5:45.
Yes, Prabhuji. I'm deeply involved in chanting. That is why I am unable to
Good,
unmute
Mataji.
myself. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes. Please show some mercy on us also, so that let us hear your chanting. Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna to all.
Thank you all
Yes.
for joining.
Chandrasekhar Prabhu, Saraswati Mataji, Mataji Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Raji Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Raja Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. So thank you all for joining the session. We'll continue again tomorrow with chapter 11.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu.